It just never stops with you, James.
The classic.
You can't just name it whatever you want.
The no diver?
No, James. It is just the Black Bay. 41mm, polished and satin finish steel case, flat sapphire crystal, screw-down crown with the Tudor rose logo, a case thickness of 12.2mm, waterproof to 100 meters, a lug width of 22mm, Tudor in-house movement, MT5601, with 70 hours of power reserve, polished and satin finish, stainless steel bracelet with Tudor T-fit, folding clasp and safety catch, 5-year transferable guarantee with no registration or periodic maintenance checks required.
Either way, Tudor missed an opportunity with this watch. The Black Bay you may not know exists. You mention Tudor Black Bay anywhere in the watch world and people's imagination immediately goes to a dive watch. Tudor really missed the opportunity, in my opinion, to create something special because seems like everything in their catalog is the Black Bay. The Black Bay 36, the Black Bay Chrono, the Black Bay 58 GMT, the Black Bay, again with no name, that they're now calling the Monochrome, unofficially, the Black Bay 58, the all-loved Black Bay 58 GMT, and again, the Black Bay 58 18K. I'm sitting here cruising through Tudor.com and I'm looking and we got a Black Bay with a green dial, we got a Black Bay with a Coke dial, we got a Black Bay with a red dial. It's Black Bay crazy. So with all the Tudor Black Bays, I'll tell you how I ended up with mine. Back in January, I decided to reward myself for having a decent year prior. I had my heart set on a particular Breitling that I had been looking at for some time. It was a, I won't really say a special edition, but it was a web-only edition. I had contacted Breitling. I had been asked to put on the wait list, and I happened to notice on the website for my local AD, the exact Breitling that I had been on the waiting list for was available in store. So I headed out to pick one up, and to my surprise when I got there, the website had told lies and it was unavailable. So I decided to go check out some of the other ADs in the mall area, and as I passed by Tudor, I had to stop in. Immediately, I came across this. The first words out of my mouth was, "What is that?" And I was quite surprised to actually learn that this is a Black Bay. The moment I saw this watch, I totally forgot about the Breitling and I had to have it. I believe as all Tudors, they do have some of that Rolex DNA, and this bracelet that I believe they call the 5-bar, I still call it the Jubilee, it has a presence that just cannot be denied. So I walked out with the Black Wave 41 that I didn't know existed. After purchasing and bringing it home, I scoured the internet and was kind of surprised to learn that there wasn't a whole lot of videos. It's surprising because pretty much any watch on the planet you can type into YouTube and find more videos than you care to watch. And on this particular watch, I was able to really find silly wrist roll shorts. Say that 3 times fast. But really no full-length videos. I really don't want to be one of those specs guys that just goes over tons of specs, and I think there's a lot of channels that are really built for that, like Teddy Baldazar. If you want to know about the specs of a watch, that's the guy to go to. But I did want to just make a quick video and maybe do some overhead shots and show you guys what this watch looks like up close. I do wear this watch quite a bit. I would say that currently right now it's my second most worn watch in my collection, only second to my Speedmaster. That watch is very special to me. It wears a way that you almost have to wear it to fully really grasp what's so special about the Speedmaster. I have been wearing this daily for a while now. I believe that the quality of this watch is such that one day I will hand this down to my son. My only complaint is that it is a little heavy. When you're used to wearing the Speedmaster, this watch has got some weight to it. By the way, this watch comes in 31, 36, 39, and 41. I should have gave you guys a wrist shot with when my overhead rig was set up, but it's no longer set up, so I do kind of wish that I would have taken the time to at least try on the 39. Normally I am not open to 38, 39. I wear 40 to 42, but With the weight of this watch, I do think that maybe I would have considered a 39. I don't know. Probably not, to be honest. Probably not. I've had 40 millimeter watches in the past that I felt were too small. The 40 millimeter Speedmaster Racing is one of them. This particular watch right here is a 40 millimeter. It is not too small. I think it has a lot to do sometimes with how much real estate the bezel takes up, because on the Racing, the bezel takes up a ton of real estate and the dial looks really dainty. On this one here, the bezel takes up almost no real estate, so the dial looks really big. It covers a large portion of the wrist. My wrist is 7.5 inches. As you can tell, I'm not a small guy. My son, oddly enough, has also a 7.5 inch wrist, and he's able to wear a 36 millimeter just fine. For some reason, I don't know if it's that my wrists are a little flatter and his are a little rounder, but I believe that's probably why. It's up to the individual. I see a 36 millimeter on his wrist and it looks perfectly fine. I try on a 36 millimeter and it looks really dainty. I believe it comes with a blue dial, a champagne dial, and this one here, which is the anthracite dial. And I'll show you here with some overhead shots. It's sometimes this dial looks like it could be brown. Other times it looks like it could be gray. It's an extremely interesting dial that you almost have to see in person to fully appreciate, but it's absolutely beautiful. As everyone probably knows, the Tudor brand is owned by Rolex. If you go into an AD, the chances of getting a discount are not only slim to none, they are just flat out none. So if you buy new, you are paying MSRP. For this particular watch here, it was, I believe, around $4,100, and after taxes it cost me $4,300 to get it out the store. So it is quite a chunk of money, but I have to say that and this is my honest opinion, I have a Seamaster, I have a Breitling, I have a Speedmaster. I honestly cannot think of a single watch, or watch brand for that matter, that for the price you're going to get a better quality product. You just have to try one of these things on to understand what I'm saying. This bracelet it feels like it's built like a tank. The case feels like a tank. Other than scratch resistance, because this thing does seem to nick up a little easy. My Speedmaster, you could almost beat that thing against the wall. It's fine. The Seamaster, you can beat against the wall. I've done it. This one seems to honestly scratch a little easy, but there's no doubt in my mind that this watch is going to be around 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, and it's going to be working just fine. Tudor does come with a 5-year warranty. It is transferable. It does not have to be the original purchaser. I believe in this price range, this is probably going to be one of the only true heirloom pieces that you could pick up in the $4,000 price range. If anyone else knows of any, please feel free to leave me a comment. Now, pre-owned, there's quite a few watches you could pick up in the $4,000 price range that would be considered heirloom pieces, in my opinion. The bottom line, this watch punches far, far, far above its weight. I just don't think you're going to find anything in this price category that is going to compete, let alone beat Tudor at this point. I think they're just, like I said, punching far above their weight. They have the association with Rolex. A lot of people like to call them the poor man's Rolex. So be it if that's the case. Bottom line is, you're not touching quality like this anywhere close to this, in my opinion, for this price. I do want to point out, this watch was just released in 2023. I think it's important to note there are watches that look like this. It's called the Smiley. The text on the bottom is shaped in the shape of a smiley face, where this one is straight. The main difference of that being that the straight text indicates that the movement inside of this watch is in-house. So don't get fooled. Don't buy a Smiley and overpay if you're on the pre-owned market. If it's got the Smiley on the text, that is a non-in-house movement. If it has the straight text, that is an in-house movement, and you can expect to pay quite a bit more. If you're still here, I just want to say thank you. The channel is brand new. I just started it. I think this is my 4th video. I appreciate you hanging out. I just want to say thank you. I hope you'll take the time to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.